King Said So YouTube channel, covering sports from around the world. Car reviews, all you need to know about the cars. Trending news and hot topics. Monthly motivational talks. Follow me on my social media handles. See you soon.
Like wanting different things.
So you'd say you agree each other.
If I can't say we, I'll say definitely I did.
So you agree each other.
I'll say that. Over time we started wanting different things, and then problems start. That's why today I know for a fact that I won't get married again.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm clear about that, because I am now in a better space in understanding who I am. And
what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in on my channel, King Said So. It's your boy King053, Mr. Easy Money himself, and we are back at it again with another one. And what a fantastic interview that Black Coffee gave at Podcast and Chill with MacG. And I've been a fan of Black Coffee for a long time. I remember when I was in grade, I want to say grade 12, 11-ish, 2007, 2008. Black Coffee came to play at my kasi in Mpumalanga, Kwamhlanga in Kwandebele, and that was the first time I was seeing Black Coffee play live. I think a friend of mine, Fortune, booked him, and he came there, and man, it was when Black Coffee was still big with that song, "We Want Some More Coffee, we want," man, we couldn't get enough of that guy. And I remember I met him at the garage where just close to the venue where he was playing. There was a garage. He was playing at the showgrounds, and we met him. He was in his car. I think it was a Mercedes Benz and an AMG of a sort, something like that. And we were like, "Oh man, Black Coffee! Wow!" Greet him. He's sitting in the car. We are so excited that, oh man, Coffee is in the city. Um, and seeing him grow into the person he is right now, it is quite refreshing, because back then Coffee Man was I want to say where Kabza is now. Kabza is a little bit big, has a bigger name, but back then Coffee was just a skillful DJ, ching 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 kom, ching ching ching. He was killing it. But fast forward to 2023, and with his divorce and everything, Black Coffee has touched on things that that made me look at life in a different way. And what he said about relationships, and he's been touching on this thing of relationship, but I think this time around, MacG, Soul, and the Ghost Lady did a good job of allowing him to speak and allowing Coffee to take out some things on his chest. And I think he gave them a free role to ask them about everything they asked about, the infidelities of in his marriage and everything. If you haven't watched that podcast, please go to MacG podcast and chill with MacG, and watch the whole interview. You are going to get something out of it. I'm always interested in hearing how these people came up and where they are. But most important thing I'm very interested in is how they view relationships. And Black Coffee explained it nice. He had some friends where he felt like their relationship has come not to an end, but they got what they want in the relationship, so they went separate ways. And you can hear Black Coffee say, after some time, he believes him and his wife, they outgrew each other. They started going separate ways. That can be because of lack of leadership in the marriage and lack of, In a marriage, I'm married 10 9 years, 10 years next year. um I know for sure that if you don't keep on reminding yourself with your partner as to where your destination is, it can quickly be forgotten in a marriage. It happens all the time where you see people who have been in love with each other for so many years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, and then all of a sudden they are the greatest enemies and their relationship is not working. But all this time, everyone was looking up to that relationship. So I think that is partially what happened to Black Coffee because of his busyness. He also explains that he was struggling to deal with fame because once you start having money, the power dynamics shifts in the family. You're no longer the young boy anymore. Your uncles call you for advice. That's what he said. And he explained that relation I think what struck me the most is when Coffee said um we have to be honest. The society has to carry an honest conversation about what love is and what marriage is. He made an example. He says we grew up with our uncles knowing that they are married, but they're having a girlfriend down the street, or they're having some girlfriend. They'll even give us something to go give to Auntie Mang Mang. And it's not like we saw nothing wrong with it, but it was kind of normal, you know. And you will ask yourself with our grandfathers also, in particular with my grandfather. I mean, in his 80s, there was children popping up. There's someone popping up saying, "No, my mother said you're my father," you know. And my grandmother and grandfather, they were married. I want to say something close to 70 years, close close to 60 something, maybe 62 years in marriage. I'll just have to double check on that one. But anyway, I want to bring something. Having more than one partner was nothing strange to the African tradition and African culture. It is when the Europeans came in and the colonizers came in with this idea of religion, of which Paul in the New Testament says, "I advise you that a husband must have one wife." And it started, having multiple partners started being a taboo, kind of. Only few people practice having multiple partners, and most people don't deal with this with this question, like because of the power dynamics in the relationship. Let's say you are dating someone like who's very famous, like Black Coffee, um, who's traveling all the time, and who can you guys can spend 3 months without seeing each other because of his busy schedule. Sometimes 4 months, sometimes half a year, without seeing your partner, without sex and all of that. And what realistically speaking, what are the chances that they won't meet a girl somewhere and probably mate with them? The chances are very low. The chances are very low. And I felt like Black Coffee he said, even when they asked him about, when MacG asked him, your wife was cheating when you were married with another married man and stuff like that. He said, I don't want to bash her. For the person she is, I feel sorry for her, but I don't want to. I want my children to be able to watch this interview years after and not cringe. And I found the maturity of Black Coffee is on a different level. It's so refreshing having celebrities like this, and I think um, he is a good example or role model, so to say. Understand? A guy who does not drink or smoke. Understand? He does say he tasted some wine here and there, and obviously he'll drink wine here and there, but he's not an occasional drinker and stuff like that. And he's a hard worker, and this is the type of people that young inspiring DJ to be must look up to. Not these other DJs that are doing multiple drugs and alcohol and dating different girls and all of that. When you look at them, their family structure is broken and everything. Black Coffee is really doing well, but not but when he said because of his past relationship, his marriage, he is at this point right now where he feels that he will never get married again. For me, that was a letdown because I feel like what does not kill you make you stronger. And I believe if you are going to commit in some form, way or form with another person, of which Black Coffee says he's not single, he has someone, he's seeing someone right now. And he's already up. I'm sure he has voiced it to his partner to say, "Listen, marriage for me, it's not going to happen. It's not gonna work because of this bitter marriage that he had. Because people change, eh? People change, and you will never believe what your partner can do until they do it. You'll never believe. But for me, it does not erase the fact that there is still true love out there. Understand? For a woman, from a woman to a man. Understand? I strongly believe that men, most men, um, can love multiple partners and it won't affect their marriage. I believe I believe and I see that happening. Whether it's right or wrong, it's another topic. But I've never seen a woman loving multiple men and keeping their partner happy. I've never seen that happen. Women are wired differently, so to say. So it was such a refreshing thing to see Black Coffee speaking about relationship, friendships. Also, we need to look at our friends. For me, I've cut a lot of friends because I feel like the friendship was one way. I want to meet people and I want us to make money together. But I don't want to be the one bringing in the most effort more than you. If I'm bringing 90%, I mean 50%, you should bring 50%. I'm not gonna bring 90, you bring 10, so that we make money, but we're sharing it equally. So friendships are also very important. He explained about his friendship with his Zakes Bantwini, another guy that I believe who has got something special to offer to South Africans. Very knowledgeable, very sober-minded, and then a good role model. Zakes Bantwini. He spoke about Bushimza. He spoke about many people. Some I don't know, but it's interesting to hear the stories that Black Coffee was telling. I urge you to go and watch that interview. I don't want to cut and paste most of it here in my channel because I don't want to take anything away from that podcast and chill of MacG. So for me, I learned something from what Black Coffee was talking about when it comes to relationships. I'm looking at them in a different way since that interview. And you ask yourself actually what value does family bring? What value do friends bring? And what value does your marriage bring to you? And you sit there, you analyze, you smile, or you frown, or you cry. Either way, you learn something when you hear this thing of the Bantu people say indlela ibuza kulabo baphambili. To say the road is asked, the direction of the road is asked from those who have walked it. So it's nice to listen to Amakrot Man about Black Coffee speaking whatever they are speaking. Very refreshing. I would like to go about Black Coffee to be interviewed by guys like Tiwo Touch or DJ Spoo. But I honestly think MacG, they did a good job with this interview. Hope it reaches the 1 million views that they are aiming for. So thank you guys for watching. Just wanted to share that. Go and watch the interview again. It's your boy King053, Mr. Easy Money himself. Until the next one, don't give up on love and watch who you have around you. Keep your circle small. 053.